I was born to fish. I'm obsessed about being the complete angler. As a fishing journalist and photographer, I go to the greatest lengths to get the shot. Join me as I travel the world in search of fishing heaven. Barra! Oh, barra!
Oh, yeah!
It's the one thing I wanted to do more than anything. Oh, until I hooked up.
Wetting a line with some of the best fishers on the planet.
Absolute cracker, mate.
Oh, yeah! The monster!
In fishing, you have your good days and you have your bad days.
Oh!
This is the ultimate fishing bucket list.
Except I'm fighting something bigger than a bucket.
Fishing is much more than just catching fish.
Butterfingers.
It's about sharing the adventure with your mates.
This has given a whole new meaning to Fishing with Mates.
I'm Al McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mates. This week, we're heading to Rodie Island, Indonesia, to take on the relentless Dogtooth Tuna. Doggies have a reputation for being one of the toughest fighting fish on the planet.
Oh, McGlashan.
This is the ultimate tackle torture test.
Oh, the rod just exploded.
And for some, it's just torture, full stop.
Oh, there's a bit of weight there, eh? It's a nice fish.
Doggy. Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the doghouse. Rodie Island is situated at the southernmost tip of Indonesia in West Timor. We're heading to Numbrala, which is a sleepy little village made up of seaweed farmers and is a popular surf spot. But for us, it's all about the fishing. Transport on Rodie Island is something else. You know, just getting down to the boat was an adventure on its own. We're in this three-wheel moped thing that you sit in some bench seats in the back, and probably not the most stable thing in the world, but as you're cruising down, everyone's waving to you, you have to stop for pigs, goats, people. And after a short trip, we arrive at the harbour, and all you can see are a fleet of traditional Indonesian fishing boats. They look awesome, but I'm not sure how seaworthy they really are. So how amazing it. They take this boat 100 miles offshore. Tiny little thing like this. You wouldn't even be able to put it in the water in Australia. We take everything we have for granted, like GPS, electronics, radio, an engine, like a Yamaha on the back. The engine for this thing, I'm not even sure what it is. It's rusty as hell. It's got a hand line up here, strapped in, ready to go, and then rod holders built in. Perfect 80-pound outfit you'd hold in those. You've got Gilligan's Island, the perfect little steering wheel, with a piece of barrel of wood with the rope wrapped around it. So you go that way or that way, and down the back there, the rudder will move, which is a bit of Venetian cord. I'll tell you what, I take my hat off to those guys. They're seasoned sailors. Down the back. I'm excited about this, I tell you. As we head out in the dinghy, we're weaving in and out of all these traditional boats, and then it's like it opens out, and there is the Black Watch. Now, this is a beautiful fishing machine, and it stands out amongst all these local boats. I tell you, this is it. We're in for a good time. We pile onto the Black Watch and we start running to sea, but there's no time to waste. We've got to get the gear sorted, because with Dogtooth, any error, anything, any weakness in your tackle, they'll find it.
If we actually hook one, you want to make sure everything is ready to rock and roll.
So we're fishing on a seamount, so we've got these jigs that are quite heavy. We drop them down and then just jig it up and down. So they think it's a little bait fish scooting up and down, they smash it.
Dana Seamount is only 10 miles from Numbrala. There's something about seamounts. They're such a magnet for life in the ocean, you know. Wherever it comes up, in this case, the seamount comes right up to 30 metres of surface coming out of the depths. So you could find anything there. But in these tropical waters, there is one fish that love them, and that's Dogtooth. As we reach the seamount, the Furuno, the sounder, lights up. So you've got the bottom and there's bait and big, hard red marks. And when you see that, that means one thing. There's some big fish down there. Dogtooth tuna are found throughout tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific. They are easily recognised by their menacing set of choppers. And when it comes to the fight,
let's just say they are relentless.
So, as soon as we get the go-ahead, we're dropping jigs down.
Going down. So what we're doing is you let it down. We've got 40 metres down to the edge of the ledge here and drop it down. As soon as it goes down, which is about there now, start cranking, winding. And it's sort of like this, stop, start, stop, start. Then get it up and then let it back down. So don't bring it all the way to the top. The trick is strike zone's pretty much the bottom 20, 30 metres. That's where you want to be.
On board, we've got a mixed level of fishing experience. And jigging, well, let's say everyone has their own technique. Some are good, some are fast, some are slow, some are totally out there, but it all seems to work.
Jigging comes in all shapes and sizes. You've got high speed, you've got more relaxed, and then you've got good looking at the end. Oh, yep. On.
Dogtooth fight dirty. The minute you hook up, like the rod just loads up and all they want to do is go back to the bottom. So you're trying to pull them up, they're trying to go down.
Go for the double trouble.
It's seriously down in the trenches, hanging on for dear life. You either stop them or you lose everything.
I reckon another doggy.
Around the corner.
GT, is it? Doggy? Doggy, I think. Dog master! So, with Dogtooth Tuna, because they're down deep, when they come up really quickly, their air bladder doesn't handle it really well. So you've got to get them straight back in and really quick, otherwise they're dead. Just got to get these guys back in nice and quick. Come on, buddy, up you go. Whoa! And as you saw from that fish, boom, straight down. Woohoo!
It went quiet for, well, a minute,
Oh!
and then it was game on.
He hit that 2 times.
Serious?
Yeah.
Love it!
Shimano's Mark Dunphy hooks up right next to me.
Coming through.
Seconds later,
Oh, yep, got him on.
I've loaded up.
Yeah, at the boat.
All three.
And then Ange is on. It's a triple hookup.
Come on, Angelo.
Doggy. Three, that's a better fish.
That's it, all three. Yep. Come on, Angelo.
Doggy.
It doesn't get any better than this. It's a triple hookup to start.
Oh, yeah.
Got him.
Give me the full moon any day.
It's a doggy.
It was absolute chaos on the deck. And I'll tell you what, I was loving it.
Woohoo!
Even with a broken prototype rod.
Oh, McGlasson. Look at that. A doggy and a broken rod. Woohoo!
What have you done over there?
Busted your rod, mate.
It was a prototype.
Look at that.
Clear this for us now.
We'll always pick him up again.
Yeah.
Right, get
Right, we've got to get this guy
All right.
back in nice and quick to see if we can get him to go. Go, buddy. He survived. One down. Doggy's in the boat. Another doggy now. Ah, how good's that?
Yeah. Good work.
Dump. I got good news and I got bad news.
The good news?
You got a doggy
Actually,
and I
you
got a
one.
doggy, but in the process, I busted your gear. Look at that.
That's why we go on these trips, mate. We need to test out what's going on.
But you know what? And this is one thing everyone goes, oh, my rod broke, it was crap. It's not. I guarantee it was knocked in the cabin, little bit of bruising on there.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, that's what happens to it.
That's it. Well, that's why we're here to test it. We'll take it back and have a look at it. But
you know
right
what?
now, I reckon we need to get another rod, another jig down there and get some more.
But we should say one thing important. I still got the fish. With a broken rod, I still got him.
Well, I reckon this little doggie's going straight to the lunchbox table tomorrow, I reckon.
That's what we need. He's on the menu.
The great thing about dogtooth fishing is it's an afternoon event. But that gives us the whole morning to go exploring. And that is exactly what we did. It was like a scene out of Wild Hogs, you know? These big burly blokes, we walk out, we jump on our little buzzbox scooters. And we all pack out side by side and start running down the road. The locals were running, I tell you, or laughing. Hello!
The scenery as you travel around Rodie Island is stunning. The highlight was watching the seaweed farmers attending to their crops, while wild pigs rummage through the sand looking for food. As we reached the other side of the island, Mitch invited me to go and check out their crab pots.
So where are we headed for? Where are the traps?
The traps are around the corner at Bartatua.
Ah, beautiful. So a few mud crabs through here?
Yeah, mate, get a few, but the locals give them a bit of a hiding, but yeah, you still get some big boys.
How many traps did you set?
I think we got 7 in today.
Good looking area, bit of mangroves. Thought it'd be a good spot, you know?
See a couple up there. Not in the tree? Did you put any in the tree? Might have to go swimming for them.
Where's our traps?
I don't know.
The $1 million question at the moment. So when it comes to crabbing, the #1 rule, and this is the #1, it is the only rule, is to remember where you put your bloody pots.
Where are we
I
looking?
can see them in the trees down ahead there.
No, he reckons they're not in the trees.
So we're hoping to see a float.
Yeah, there should be one here somewhere, the boys think, but...
Definitely a string round the corner there. Like there's a couple of floats down there, or at least 2 there.
Yeah, they could have got tangled up in the tree anyway at high tide last night.
Yeah, just wrapped around it.
Oh, one in there, yeah.
Yeah.
We eventually found our
Got
pots,
one.
but it wasn't the greatest result.
She's empty. Oh, one maybe.
Oh, tiny.
Right, first one, 0. There's the next one down there, eh?
Yeah, 1.
Oh, mud. Little one. It's small, eh? And your little guy. Oh, look at the size of the claws on that bait. There we go. Indonesia mud crab. Still got the same set of claws on them. Not quite the size we want, eh? A little bit small.
Yeah, it looks like they're, all small at the moment, but hopefully the next pot will have a big one.
Send him home?
Yeah, send him home, mate.
That's one happy mud crab. All right, this is it. Come on, mate.
Lucky last. And...
Tuna's looking good at this stage.
And...
Bump, bump, bump.
Tuna it is for tea.
Because mud crabs, they're not on the menu.
Not today.
So after failing at producing the entree, there was only one way to fix it. And that was go back to Dana Seamount and go doggy fishing again. Well, after yesterday where we got completely tailed up by a few fish, we lost a lot of gear, certainly caught some fish. Today, we're getting everything ready before we get out there. We're upgrading the gear, so we've gone heavy-duty wire, so this time we can actually land something big, or bigger, hopefully. Going down. So hitting the same spot the following day, it can be fraught with danger, you know, and particularly with dogtooth, they often slow right down.
Get down, boys. There's a good fish about 5 metres off the bottom.
So things started a little bit slow. We had a few drops, a few drifts, didn't even get a bite. And then, oh, yep.
Yep, there he is. Get your gear up, get your gear in.
Is that one 5 metres from the bottom?
It was 6. Underneath the
Lead up.
boat there. Right in the... Oh, no, he's out.
Yeah, he's up.
Doggy master!
Just get that deep hooker out of that side for me.
Woohoo! Well done. There you go, that's how you do it.
Well done, Neil. Nice fish.
All right, got to get him back here, eh? There we go. Go, buddy. That's it. Swim down. Tell your friends. Right, someone else catch one. It was time to get the underwater gear in and start swimming around and start doing some photos. Well, I'm all ready. Got the underwater gear on. Ready to go and get the photos. These blokes are slack. They're not catching fish. Showing them how it's done. Surely they could help.
Triple hookup coming up with that sort of attitude.
Get up it, mate.
Here we go. I just got whacked. Watch your lines.
Bigger than I thought. You going first doggy? Yeah, first doggy. Well, your first hit.
Finally, Dougie hooks up. This is the perfect opportunity to get the money shot. But it appears my good looks wasn't enough.
Just pull the hook.
Carla, he's gone. Pull the hook.
I was going all right. Big owl hit the water. The fish obviously saw it. It was within 5 minutes of the boat. And it just blew me away. Look, I don't know if too many people would be a fan of almond glass and hit the water like that. It's not pretty.
So the fish were the same size as the previous day. You know, that 10, 12, 14 kilos? But what we really needed was a big fish, a proper one. And then Mal hooked up.
Yeah, just keep going. Just stop winding for a second.
So Mal travels the world in his yacht. You know, he loves it.
Don't give him an inch.
But when it comes to fishing,
Watch that rod, mate. You can't lift it any higher than that.
well, let's just say he's a great sailor.
Huh?
Seeing those dogtooth come up when you're actually in the water and seeing how hard they're pulling on that line gives you a whole new perspective. No, it gives you a whole new appreciation of how hard they fight.
Just don't drop the rod too quick. Lift up and wind down. Wind down. Lift up, wind down.
Just watch the rod, mate. Just try not to, pull it too far up.
Keep going, mate. Keep that line off the boat, mate. Line off the boat.
Up you come, Mal.
Come on, you can do it. You're close. Righto. Don't mind anymore.
Oh!
It's a doggy.
How you feeling, Mal? Oh, mate. Great. Absolutely spectacular. This is a great, great catch. Really happy with this. It's taken a while, I know, probably 100 casts. Finally got it, Jack. Getting back to bearing in. Okay.
Finally, Mal was an honorary member of the doghouse.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
About time you got one.
Excellent, mate.
Let's get another one.
It's been a while.
But he didn't waste any time. Mal was on again.
Keep going. And the drag starts screaming. Now remember, you have to stop these fish. If you don't stop them, it's all over. So he's hanging on the rod, but he's not loading the rod right up. You know, he's letting the rod come down. So at the same time, Dump comes into the rescue and starts tightening the drag. And then keeps tightening the drag. But you've only got a PE3 rod, so it's only a light rod. How much pressure can you put on it?
You stopping it or not? Whoa! Whoa! What are you doing, Mal? Are you stopping it or not? Whoa! Whoa!
The look on Mal's face when that rod exploded was priceless. He didn't know what to do.
So we'll see if we can find it. I'll help you. Here we go. I've got him for you. I realised how good rods actually help you, Mal.
We were left with no choice but to start fishing the traditional Indonesian way.
Hang on, I've got gloves here.
Yeah, if you do that, just...
Hang on, I've got gloves.
The only chance to land this fish is to work as a team.
Oh!
You want me to have a go with gloves or you're right?
Yeah, you have a go with the gloves if you can. You might be able to do it easier than me. Hey, this is Fishing with Mates. Everyone's involved.
So this has gone from a high-tech Shimano fishing to Indonesian local style. And suddenly it was all hands on deck because we were doing this as a team sport.
Never had a rod explode on me before.
Yeah. It's all right, it's only $800.
Yeah, it's not... Oh.
Gotta go.
That's all my line are gone! Come on!
Our line.
Our line, yeah. Your baggy's got a free hand too.
There's a standoff battle here. A foot at a time.
Mitch is on the wheel. You've got Doug and Dump taking turns, tag teaming each other, hand lining the fish. I'm on the reel. And Mal. Where's Mal gone? He's nowhere to be seen.
It's like pulling up a bucket.
Well, actually, he's off holding the cameraman who's hanging on for dear life on the back of the boat.
You know, Al?
This is like doing it the local Indonesian way.
Just take your
Dougie's
time on
turn.
it. I just want to know if I get the tip section back. Inch by inch,
Yeah, it's coming.
foot by foot.
Foot by foot, not easy.
And
There's actually quite a bit of heat in these gloves. I don't know where that's coming from.
you want to break there, Dougie? You all right?
I'm going to tag in.
Huh?
I'm going to tag in.
You all right?
Tagged in.
Tagging.
Keep it going.
There's colour.
We got colour!
I'm thinking this has got to be a good one. Those 10-kilo ones fight so hard. This is triple that.
It's a nice fish.
Oh, yeah! This is teamwork! Oh, that's a big one. You get the gaff if you're on this one. There's your rod tip.
There's a rod
He's
tip.
up.
Get the gaff.
Lift him up.
Put your back into it.
Well done, mate.
Well done, Doug. Well done, Mal. Yeah, he's a good fish.
How good is that? Now, I've never in my life had team effort like that, where everyone's had to go on the rod. This has given a whole new meaning to fishing with mates, because everyone played a role. Hand lining a big dogtooth like this with your mates is about as good as it gets. All right, here we go, boys. Moment of truth. I'm going to go 47, I reckon. Just shy of 50, boys.
50. Not bad on a hand line.
I mean, hand line and dogtooth. There's only one thing for it. Bleeding him and beer o'clock. Woohoo! So there's no better way to end the trip than cooking the spoils or cooking everything you've caught. Now, where do you want me to put this one? Straight on?
Yes, please.
Rightio, like so?
Yes, yes.
So this is the traditional way of cooking the fish.
Yes.
And what do we do? So we take the coals out of there and just put it so it's sort of charcoal.
Yeah, and not too hot also for the fish, so they doesn't get burnt.
So now, we've got the snapper at the front. What do we do with those ones?
The snapper, we put garlic, salt, pepper, and lime, and olive oil.
Oh, beautiful. Down the back, we've got those dogtooth.
Dogtooth, yeah.
What do we do with those?
Then we put butter, salt, pepper, and lime, and olive oil.
Oh, beautiful. How much longer do you reckon it's got?
10 minutes maybe, because we just turned over.
Oh, how good does this look? So if you're looking for your next fishing adventure, get over to Rodie Island and stay with the crew from Numbrala now. You won't regret it. Well, how good is this, guys? I tell you what, here's to fishing with mates. Bloody beautiful.
Thanks to everybody for coming.
Absolutely. Book us in next week. We're going to go yunging. God, that sounds really weird, doesn't it?
We marinate it in the fridge.
Oh, really? And look, people are coming through.
Yeah.
Done through.